Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be solving question number 4 from the 2023 chapter level math counts. And since it's a target round, we're going to be able to use a calculator. Okay, so vertex is in trapezoid ABCD shown here. Vertex A is the center of a circle, vertex D lies on the circle, and vertex B and C are right angles. If AB is 14.9, BC is 5.3, DC is 9.6, what is the area of the shaded sector of the circle? Express your answer as a decimal to the nearest tenth. Okay. So the goal here is, well, let's start with this. So let's think about, well, we know AD because D is on the circle and A is the center. This is the radius of the circle. And also, let's call this point E. Then AE, where E is on the circle, so then AE is also the radius, so that makes EB is equal to 14.9 minus R. What else do we have? Okay, so the shaded sector of the circle is going to be some fraction of this circle, and that can involve figuring out angles. So, for example, if I were to, let's say I draw this down. Yeah, I'm actually going to draw this down. So you draw a perpendicular from D down to AB, and that makes let's call this F. This makes DCF be a rectangle. So what that tells you is that this bottom side is 9.6, so I'm going to cover the 14.9 with something so we don't get distracted by it. So you know AB is 14.9, so what that tells you is that tells you that AF, so you know AB is 14.9, and you also know that AF plus FB equals 14.9, and FB is 9.6. So AF equals 14.9 minus 9.6 equals 5.3. So AF is 5.3. And DF is also 5.3. So that makes the radius of the circle 5.3 root 2 using the Pythagorean theorem. And you know what that tells you? Because DF equals AF, and AFD is a right triangle. That's how we kind of define DF to be. That means that this is an isosceles right triangle. So this is 45 degrees, this is 45 degrees. Okay, so now what we have is R equals, the radius of the circle equals 5.3 root 2. And I know this is a very messy looking thing, but here we go. So the next part is just figuring out the area of this sector. So the important part here was just figuring out what AF is after you drop this altitude from D. And you have to experiment sometimes. If you don't know how to do it immediately, you just have to experiment and you can draw a few lines, you figure something out here. So now we have a sector with radius equals 5.3 root 2. The angle of the sector, like the amount it takes up, is 45 degrees. And figure out the area. Well, area is, so area of the sector, it's only a fraction of the circle. So fraction of the circle is 35 out of 360 degrees because it's taking only 45 of the 360 degrees times, well, area is r squared pi. So that's 5.3 root 2 squared pi. And before you plug it into calculator, sometimes it's useful to simplify as much as you can. Also make sure, of course, no computational errors. This is 9 out of 72 because I divide both top and bottom by 5. That's 1/8. So this times, well, you have 2 pi times 5.3 squared, and still 2 pi times 5.3 squared. Plugging this into a calculator, gives us 6.2, and they only want till the nearest tenth, so, well, this is what the 10th position is. So you see that a 6 follows the 0, so you round up the 0 to a 1. So 22.1 centimeters squared.